To live a long and fulfilling life, many of us want to make healthy choices. Maybe it's because we want to be around to see our grandchildren walk down the aisle on their wedding day. Maybe we want to visit countries we've always wanted to explore and cross them off our bucket list.
Oh yeah, no matter the case, it's important we stay healthy enough to increase our life's longevity. And that starts with our heart health. And here to tell us more is Robin Gould, a registered dietitian and a dietetics program director at UMES. Robin, always good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
So we've talked about it earlier in the show. It's American Heart Month. Why do you think that it's still going strong this month?
We continue to highlight cardiovascular health during the month of February each year because the latest statistics from the American Heart Association are showing us that as many as 49% of Americans have some form of cardiovascular disease. Heart disease and stroke claim the lives of more Americans in 2021 than all cancers and all chronic respiratory diseases combined.
Wow.
So how are we doing as a nation? Better than 30 to 40 years ago because American Heart Month has been around for over 50 years. So we're doing a little bit better, but not where we want to be because the rate of decline of the disease has really slowed. And what I mean by that is, for example, between 2012 and 2019, the rate of decline from deaths from cardiovascular disease decreased less than 1%. So it's a decrease, but really barely moving the needle.
Right.
And why is this happening? Because we are continuing to contribute to those risk factors of diets high in saturated fat, cholesterol, lack of physical exercise, smoking, drinking too much alcohol.
So a lot of people will ask, why is it what we eat affect our heart? How does that work?
Good nutrition is crucial for managing our heart health, and we're not quite meeting the mark with those recommendations for that, such as eating a variety of fruits and vegetables every day, focusing on whole grains and lean proteins, and limiting our intake of saturated fat, sodium, and cholesterol. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't have our favorite foods, French fries, chicken wings, those food items that we all love. It just means that we really need to start focusing on that moderation. We've heard that word before, and really balancing those fries and wings with the healthier choices more often.
So, and some of the things that we do like I love chili. There are more healthier versions, and that's what you're making for us today, a vegetable protein chili. What makes it so special?
Well, chili can be a super heart healthy, comforting, full of flavor dish, especially feels good when it's so cold outside. But similar to a salad, we tend to add things to our chili with the toppings that really bump up the calories. So why not capture all of that chili flavor and ditch the extra calories and fat? So I'll show you how to do that today with the vegetable protein chili by adding an ingredient called tempeh, completely bypassing all saturated fat, cholesterol, and it'll be low in sodium.
All right, Robin Gould with UMES, thank you, but we're not quite done with you yet. We're going to put some of those healthy principles to good use. It's got a little kick to it, and no, we are not talking about karate. We are talking about a flavorful feast of fresh vegetables, soybeans, and spices. It's better known as vegetable protein chili.
So as promised, our friend Robin Gould is here with us this afternoon in the DelmarvaLife kitchen, and we are getting started on some chili.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Let's get started. The first thing I want you to notice about what we have going on here is this rainbow of color from the vegetables. So when you hear the recommendation of variety of vegetables, this is an excellent example of that going all into one pot. So imagine the vitamins and minerals from that. We've got in the pan already going, we've got some onions and garlic. We've got carrots, and we've got 2 different types of peppers. There's an Anaheim pepper and a jalapeno pepper in there.
Okay.
And then our secret ingredient being the tempeh.
Tempeh.
So you have cut that up into little pea-sized pieces for us. And we put that in right with the vegetables.
Okay.
Now, the amount of protein in here, we're adding 8 ounces of tempeh.
Okay.
That's a lot of protein.
How much is that?
45 grams of protein in 8 ounces.
Wow, that is a lot.
Wow.
It's more than 8 ounces of ground beef, but no saturated fat, no cholesterol.
So we got all this cooking up.
We've got all this cooking up. And you're going to combine some of your vegetables until they're soft. Your tempeh will end up getting a little brown, which is fine. And so we're ready to add the next ingredients. Once that gets a little soft, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
And the rest of our liquid. Our liquid here is a half a cup of white wine, a cup of water, and 2 low sodium bouillon cubes.
Oh, okay.
I used vegetable.
Okay.
Again, low sodium adds to the healthy aspect of it.
Absolutely. So we've got our liquid, and you really want to get that to a little bit of a simmer. And while we're waiting for that, we'll add I would say this is besides the tempeh, this is another magic that gets added to the pot. This is a lot of spices in
It is,
here.
I can tell.
You know, there's garlic powder, chili powder, cumin, a little bit of brown sugar, chipotle chili powder, basil, smoked paprika, and oregano. It sounds like a lot, but they're probably things that you already have in your spice cabinet.
Okay.
And this is how we're going to kind of keep that chili flavor.
Okay. Brown sugar was the one that stood out. I've
Yeah, that
never
was a
thought about
surprise.
putting that in chili.
Yeah, it's got 1.5 teaspoons, so
Okay.
just a little bit, and it also has a half a teaspoon of salt. So
Okay.
so that's it. Remember, you are getting sodium from the bouillon, so you want to be careful with how much sodium you add. We're going to add our tomatoes. So this is a cup of fire roasted tomatoes, 6 ounces of tomato paste, and a 14-ounce can of crushed tomatoes.
Okay.
You can smell it. It smells really strong.
And then
So we're going to leave the rest of it. So what you're going to do with this is you really want the flavors to meld together here, and that's going to take 20 to 30 minutes. So you want to leave it on a mild simmer for that amount of time, covered.
Okay.
So when that 20 to 30 minutes is done, you're going to add your acorn squash and your red kidney beans. Now, the acorn squash, you can use any kind of winter squash. I chose acorn squash because it's a little less sweet than butternut. But you're going to add this after about 20 to 30 minutes, these
Okay.
2 ingredients. Because this is par cooked, I had to put it in the microwave for a few minutes to get the skin off. And then once you add these, that's going to take another 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay. So obviously we don't have all that time. So you have a finished product that you're going to bring out here so that we can taste.
Yes, yes, yes. This is all heated up. And this is what our finished product looks like.
And it's still colorful.
Look at that.
Yes. So
And
we're
enough to
gonna
feed
add,
an army, too.
this is this recipe is for 6 servings, but I think it looks like a little bit more than that. So we're going to top it with some fresh cilantro. And then we have here, this is plain yogurt.
Plain yogurt.
I always use plain yogurt instead of sour cream because it's lower in fat and you've got the probiotics.
Okay.
All right, so I will let you guys.
We're going to just take a spoon.
Sample. Sure, here we go.
Go ahead. Do you want to?
We're just going
Sure.
to. We're
Oh,
going
you're
to
gonna
taste
do it
it
that
from
way?
here.
Okay,
Yeah.
super.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
we've run out of time.
Okay.
So we promise we won't double dip, and we're going to have this recipe on our website, so folks
Yes,
can make
yes.
it. Just go to DelmarvaLife.com and click on What's Happening Today. Oh, that's really good.
Oh, wow.
You
Loaded
don't
with
even
flavor.
miss, right? No.
I don't miss it.
Right,
You're
you don't miss the meat. There's
You
no
really don't.
saturated fat. There's no cholesterol, and it's low sodium.
Wonderful. Robin Gould with UMES, thank you so much for coming in and making this delicious protein chili.
You are welcome. Thank you.
Stick around. Delmarva Life will be right back.